Good morning, basement dwellers. Today I am going to be working on standard mouth forms on a VTuber model. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I just woke up. I needed coffee. I needed my extra 10 minutes to make myself a cup of coffee. So the VTuber I'm working on right now, her name is Fangoria, and I can pull up the artist, but it will be in the description probably. The artist is Lianvvf. Let me put that in the description now, actually. I know you guys won't be able to see that through Twitch's side, but you will be able to see it through YouTube. So we do what we do. I'm gonna need to make this standards. There we go. Should be on YouTube. Yes, she is a vampire. She's very cute. Okay, so we're gonna be working on mouth forms. As you can see, mouth form's empty. We're gonna do this from scratch. Also, if my microphone is a little bit inconsistent, I am moving around. Let me start my timer. That is important. Let it load in. Let's see. Starts. And that should have started my timer up. You can ignore that timer. That is for me. The timer is just for me, so that I know how long I've been working on something. Pin post on Twitch for the artist. You're a mod. Could you Could you? All of the details should be in the YouTube description. I'm sorry. My brain is not at 100% right now. I literally just woke up. And also, switching tabs is kind of a pain right now. Sweet coffee. Okay, so I have a lot of unsorted layers. Ignore that. Yes, thank you, Wolf. So what I want to do is I want to go into the face and I want to grab the mouth. We have multiple mouth lines, and I don't like when artists make different layers for closed mouth and open mouth. It's good to have a reference for the open mouth, but please put that on one layer. I need the parts inside of the open mouth, don't get me wrong, I need the parts. But the mouth lines, I don't need that. I just need a reference for that. So to any VTuber model artists that might be watching, we just need the basic layers and then the references, because this complicates things. Got no work until Monday, so can stay and chill at home. Nice. And thank you for the hydrate. I will get a sip of my coffee in. I'm gonna try to do this tutorial style, but my mind is a little bit scrambled, so this is gonna require a lot of editing afterwards. Okay, so what I've done is I have glued the mouth line with the skin. And I've done this beforehand, but basically you want to have the same mesh on both of them. And then for the skin, just have a layer around so that you can bind the same mesh and then glue it together. Make sure everything is glued to the mouth line so that the skin moves with the mouth. So, for clarification, all of the weight of the glue should be on the mouth line. YouTube, you're full screen, but on Twitch you got black bars on both sides. I have no idea why. But yeah, I don't know what Twitch is doing. I mean, my screen size is 2K. It's a standard screen size, so I don't know. Alright, so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna take the path deformer tool, which is shortcut P, and then we're gonna try to get this even. We start from outside of the mouth, inside, up here, down here, up here, down here, and out. Preferably, let me adjust that. Preferably, you'd want the mouth to be drawn straight, by the way, so it's easier to deform. But I can work with this, it's not a problem. And then we do the same with the bottom, and we try to get this even if we can. There we go. Okay, so we want the top and the bottom to be bound to mouth form, and it's a 3-pointer. Twitch being a brat again, always. Is my music up too loud, by the way? Just let me know if it's up too loud, because I can turn it down. Okay, so for mouth form, I'm gonna take the top. And this is the standard mouth, so when we go into the -1, we want a pout. And I like to make the line shorter as well when we go into the pouts. We try to get that somewhat even. And we match that with the bottom line. See how that looks? See, this is why the mouth should preferably be straight, because there's a lot of distortion in that. But we're working with what we have. And I think that is fine. Not exactly straight though. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough. And you see a few stray artifacts, we will fix that. But for now, we're just focusing on the lines. So this is... Oh my god, my throat. Hold on. I'm still sick, by the way. Don't know if you noticed, I'm still sick. Those link names, yeah, I know, it always does that. It's fine. We are choosing to ignore that. Okay, now this is the pout. Then for the smile, we want to bring this down. And then extend the line. And let's see how that looks. Okay. Not necessarily straight. Okay, that's fine. Now, of course, we need to adjust the lipstick as well. Don't worry, I'm sick too. Fair. Watching on both sides, maybe that helps with anything. I don't know if it does, but my preference for watching my streams is currently YouTube because I need the watch hours. However, on Twitch, you can do all of the toggles on my model, so it's whatever you feel like watching on, I suppose. Okay, then we adjust all of the other layers. It's my birthday. Hiya! Happy birthday! I hope you have a good day. I hope you have lots of cake. And this is the basic mouth forms. Now we need the inner mouth as well, real quick. Because this needs to be squished on this side. And there's a few more artifacts on that. Don't know if there should be. Let me check something real quick. I'm sick. Second year in a row this happens. Oh no, we're all sick together. That sucks. I'm sorry. I need to find the mouth. Here. No, it doesn't look like anything's overlapping there. Okay. Whatever that is, I have no idea. Oh, well, that fixed itself. Okay, so something was overlapping. And it just kind of fixed itself when I opened the texture atlas. That's fine. If you see any, like, stray artifacts on layers, it's usually the texture atlas. Okay, so we have our basic mouth forms. So we are going to combine the mouth form and mouth open. And then we take the top of the mouth, the bottom of the mouth, and the mouth in. And then we add the 3 keys on this, so it looks like this. No. We add the 2 keys, so it looks like this. It's gonna be easier if you deform the top first and then do the middle keys. Okay. So for the 1 by 1, we do have the reference. We actually have the mouth open reference. Which I seem to have hidden somehow. How did I do that? Let me just pull it to the front. Okay, there we go. This is my reference. So we're gonna deform this to that shape. And I do very much appreciate when artists give me references. It is extremely appreciated. Because I'm not a mind reader. I'm just a Live2D rigger. Let's get the bottom line, which is gonna be painful because it wasn't drawn straight. But we're trying out here. Let's pull this up. Pull this down. And here the mouth open is taking shape. On a lighter note, my dad promised to buy me the €60 Live2D subscription as a gift. Nice! Reference like that is really smart. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Yeah, it's good to have mouth form references, and I always appreciate when artists include that. Because it gives me some direction of what the artist had in mind for the mouth forms of the model. Any and all references from the artist is really good. Oh, hi! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Okay, I am working though. I'm yapping. I am yapping, but I am working. So let's deform. Let's deform this. Okay, now let's do the top. And there we go. That looks good, and now I can turn the references off. Ooh, that is rough. That bottom line is rough. I'm gonna try to fix that, but honestly, that might be a little bit too rough. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can fix that. I doubt it, actually. Just do the best you can. Yeah, I will try. I will try. That's not great over here. So let me manually do that. We want all of this to connect to the bottom. There we go. That should be good. And then we take these two. And then we quickly bind those. And we glue weight that. And all the weight is on the line. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we can do about this. That should have helped a little bit with trying to fix this. Still gonna look a bit rough though. And here you have the importance of drawing your lines straight. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. Was the verdict good enough? Whew. Wishing you good luck with the new project. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. redo the line yourself, I do not mess with the artist's work. If I need something done, even the smallest thing, I will DM the artist. I am not messing with another person's work. Looks better? Yeah. How do you price your rigs? Asking because your card for some reason doesn't show me when I try to check the pricing. Ah, yeah, I still need to pay card. Remind me. I need to pay card. Because it breaks when I don't pay it. Well, I charge my rigging at £15 an hour. But, my simple rigs, like the basics, just the very basics of basics, are £150. They don't have a lot of fancy stuff. They don't have a lot of movement range, but they're like the budget option, right? Then my standard rigs are £300, which is what you're seeing me do on stream most of the time. And then my complex rigs, which have extra care to them, they have extra complexity in the physics, they have extra range. Those are $450. And this is approximately priced per hour, by the way, so... Made with extra love equals more money is not necessarily extra love, because I put my all into all of my rigs. Even the budget option, I do the best work I can do on all of my rigs. It's just that it costs more because everything is more range, everything is more complex, which means it takes more time. And time equals money. It's quite affordable. Yeah, I try to keep my rigs affordable. Okay. And we have one side done! Yay! Now on this side, this is gonna be an O, which is also gonna be slightly painful to do. So we're gonna do the same with this as we did with the bottom mouth, which is basically we're gonna do 4th division. Copy. We're gonna go into the skin. Remove the middle here, that's bound. And then paste. And then make sure that connects. Properly. And this is all to make sure that I can get a somewhat decent line out of this. There we go. And then we want to take those two. We select these and then we bind. Then we go into glue. We adjust the weight on that to be on the line. And now we can deform. I will once again keep this in mind for the future. Until she becomes a real pro and start doing big name VTuber streamer rigs and art. I don't think I would change my prices. If I'm gonna be honest. I don't think my prices would go up much from here. They'll go up with the economy, by the way, don't get me wrong. if the economy crashes, my prices might go up. But no, 15 pounds an hour is a good wage at this point. I at this point hope that I can get my YouTube channel monetized and I can start relying more on pre-made item shop sales, so I can get more of a passive income, so I don't have to raise my prices, basically. If that makes sense. Okay, so for the middle, you want kind of an O. And I don't have references for this, so we're gonna have to freehand that. I'm gonna come out and say it. The brush tool is your best friend in Live2D. I use it for everything. Let's get rid of the grid. That is not a very good shape, so I'm going to adjust that. Let's see how that looks. Not even. That looks not even. So let's pull this up. Okay, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. So we're doing the same here. We are going to adjust all the layers around it. Oh, this one I can already tell is not gonna be pleasant to deform. Let's take this in. And then we need the bottom. Hi Hatsu! Welcome to the stream. That is a choice of shape. It certainly is a choice. For the teeth. That is a teeth shape choice. And there's nothing I can do about that. Maybe there is. Where would that be? I don't know what layer that is. Oh no. It's that one. Got it. It's the useless layers. Get rid of those. Okay. So now we have 2 mouth open forms done. I looked at it too and was like, that sure is a choice. Yeah. No, it was just a layer that I didn't need that was there. It happens sometimes when I'm working on a model that I didn't draw myself. I do get a little confused sometimes because I'm not like intimately familiar with the layer structure. Whereas if it's a model that I drew myself, I know exactly what layer is where. But yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so we got 2 forms done. That needs adjusting, by the way, but I'm just gonna try to skim through this. And then we will do this part, which I also don't have a reference for, but that's okay. I think I'm just gonna copy that over. By the way, copying is Control-Shift-C and Control-Shift-V, just in case anyone is wondering. So grab the bottom as well. Copy that over. Yep. Ooh. Okay. This is fine. We can fix this. Quite easily. And the bottom. Make sure this is all within bounds. Oop. That is not great. I wish the shine was separated there. But we roll with it. And these are the basics, kind of, because we want another one on the 0.5. Yeah, just the 0.5. Usually you'd get it on the 0.5 on the other side as well. Actually, let me rephrase that. We want another one on the minus 0.5. We could get one on the 0.5 as well, but we don't need to touch that much. Can you make a video on what to keep in mind when commissioning a rigger? Like what you not have in the art and stuff? What makes it easier and more clear for the rigger? I can try. Let me make a note of that. Actually, I don't know what's on my notepad right now. So let me turn that off real quick before I open my notepad. I don't know what screen. Yep, that was the wrong screen that was opening on. Okay. I am prepared. Yeah, okay, I'll make a note of that. So that I don't forget. Because I forget things a lot. And it's not great. There we go. It's in my notes. Where is everything? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I made a note of it. This is not straight, by the way. This is the least straight a line could ever be. It's fine. So, we're gonna grab all of that. And we're gonna make another one on the minus 0.5. make sure we copy that over. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this a narrower circle, if that makes sense. Because this is usually where the O sits. And we're not doing custom mouth forms. So we're standardizing this. This is not where the O sits for everyone, but this is where the O sits for most people. I'm gonna need to deform this quite a lot. Okay, and those artifacts here, by the way, is because of the skin. So we're gonna have to adjust that. Like this. And that is not straight in any way, shape, or form. Let me just adjust that a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Still not straight. It'd be like that. Thought you stopped going live? I took a little break a while back, but I've been streaming for a few weeks again. I think since January, actually. Send you the clip in case you forget your notes. Thank you! That is actually extremely helpful. I appreciate that. Okay, good enough for now. How's the bun doing? The buns are doing fine. They're doing good. They are currently eating hay behind me. Yeah, I was sick for a while. Doing better though. Okay. So this is where we're sitting with the mouth forms. Now what I want to do is grab the 0.1. And this is because most people mumble. I know most riggers don't do this, but most people mumble. So I like to make a mouth open form on the 0.1 so that even when someone is barely speaking, the mouth will still open a little bit. Do you do mouth forms based on vowels? Also, is this VBridger mouth forms or VTube Studio? Yes, I do mouth forms based on vowels. And this is not VBridger, this is standards. I have models that have VBridger included, but this one does not. Okay, so we want to make a mouth open on the 0.1 in case of mumbling. Because not everyone has big reactions to things. So we want to make this as expressive as possible, as good as possible, even when there's no big reactions. Because that's the most realistic thing, honestly. Your tutorials have been helping me a ton. Ah, thank you for saying so. I'm glad it helps. I do like to share what I know. Okay, so we want this to be slightly open, and I can see that this is really uneven, and again it's because the mouth wasn't drawn straight, which causes problems. Live2D is not good at bending things backwards. I think that's one thing that artists should keep in mind. Live2D doesn't bend backwards, so if something needs to move, it needs to be drawn straight. It's not like I can't work with it, it's just annoying. And this opens properly. Okay. We're good on that. Now we want to be on the middle. 0.0 by 0.1. And we're gonna do this like slight lip parts. I think usually you would achieve this mouth form with V-Bridger, but this model does not have V-Bridger, so I like to just do it like this. Let's deform everything, make sure it fits. And then on this one, I want to make a smaller O. So that this goes from small O, big O. And I feel like mouth forms are based on personal tracking and preference usually. But this is my standards. Let's fix that up. And take the bottom, do the same. By the way, if the grid gets in the way, there is a red X you can press to get rid of it. Especially when you're doing path deforming, you probably won't need the grid. Banana. Okay, that should be fine. Now we try to fit this, which is gonna be unpleasant. I can tell immediately, this is unpleasant to fit. But I'm gonna try my best. Okay, actually, not too bad. Chocolate banana? Oh god, I forgot about chocolate banana. Okay, this opens normally. As you can see, mouth forms are starting to form. And then this is the last one on the 0.01 that we need to do. I think I'm gonna take this form and place it here because this is gonna be easier to deform off of. Not quite happy with this mouth form. This is the most uneven. Let's make this a little bit less dramatic in the dip. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. And as you can see, the mouth forms have started to form. Okay. So most of it is already good at this point. From here, it's just minor adjustments. For example, we want to grab everything, and now we want to put in the 0.3. This is only gonna need to be adjusted on, I think, 2 of the forms, because the rest are fine. Maybe 3. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy Control-Shift-C and Control-Shift-V. And then we're just gonna make this smaller. That's it. That's all we're doing. We're making this smaller. Okay, that makes sense. That wasn't filled in properly. That makes sense. Although on this side, It's just uneven. Okay. So at this point, it's just open wider. Because we're transitioning from here to here. It's a bit of an awkward transition. So I'm gonna adjust this a little bit to make it less of an awkward transition. Okay. That should do the trick. Yep. That transition is a lot less awkward. There's a transition between 0 and 0.1, but you're rarely ever gonna see that. What I can do... What's the bottom skin bound to? It is... It's bound to the head. Because it has to be. Okay, I see. Yeah, I can't do that. Let's keep the awkward transition. This one does not need adjusting. This one's fine. I'm gonna sneeze. This is an awkward transition, so we're gonna have to fix this. I didn't sneeze. Managed to hold it in. Okay. Okay, hold. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay. That transition looks fine. Let's make sure that's not sticking out. Because I can see that it is. Okay, it's a good transition. And this is fine. This is just fine. So, what we want to do on this is we're gonna grab the teeth. And make sure we bind it here and here. And possibly here. No, we don't need it there. Okay. For this part, we're gonna have the teeth closed. So preferably we don't want to move the top teeth that much. So I think what we're gonna do... So we're gonna grab this and just move this up instead of moving the teeth down. That makes sense to me. And the teeth down. This can move as much as it wants. There's a lot of noise behind me. I don't know what the rabbits are doing. They're doing something. They sure are doing something behind me. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're currently working on mouth forms, and I don't like how those teeth are shaped. So we're gonna have to fix that. Also, the tongue isn't supposed to come out past the teeth here. Is Dan trying to escape? No. My bunnies are currently on the couch, so they're just pushing things off. It's fine. They're fine. Oh, thank you for the stretch and the hydrates. Oh, you didn't hear anything. That was not my back clicking. In fact, I will talk through it so you can never hear it. Okay. Let me just... There we go. That's better. Again, tongue isn't supposed to get past that. It's been an hour. You might want to take a walk knowing your back cracks. I should probably, but also... Okay, so now we're gonna adjust the teeth down on all of these. Because, for example, we want everything to be more open on this. And this is fine. This one needs a little bit more open. And then we're gonna grab the 0.5 and open that up as well. Liking the lip and teeth movement? Thank you. And this is the basic mouth movements. Okay. Now we do the rest. Now we do the rest. Actually, no. Let's do angles first. I do appreciate a good angle. Because clearly, we need our angles. Not great. But that kind of just happens. Was fun watching the stream. I have some work now, so I'll be going. Okay, thank you for hanging out. Have a nice day. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna not do that. We're just gonna grab the tongue. There are ways around this, but honestly, if I can take the easy way, I will. And this is currently the easy way. There is no easy way. I regret to inform. I have misled you. There is no easy way. Let's reflect emotion on this. No, we grab the teeth. This is gonna be rough. Okay. Actually, that works. You know what? This works. Let's reflect that. Now there's a bit of depth in the mouth, which is what we want. Can grab this. When we look up, we see less of the bottom. When we look down, we see more of the bottom. And that's how that works. Now let's grab that in motion and let's see how that looks. We get a nice 3D effect on that. I'm gonna need to adjust it a little bit further, but for now, it's not bad. So we're gonna say good enough for now. Okay. I'm gonna unlink this because I'm gonna need the mouth open for various reasons. First of them is the nose. When the mouth opens, the nose goes up. I didn't make the rules. That's just how it works. Actually, technically, I am making the rules right now. We ignore that. Okay, cool. That's what we need for that. Then we grab the eyes. And when the mouth opens, the bottom of the eye slightly squished. And this is how we give the face some more movement. There we go. So we want less squished on the minus 0.5 to the -1. And then after that, more squish. Now what we're also going to be doing is the head. We select the head base and we say this is the jaw. And the jaw opens when we speak. And we adjust this little by little depending on what mouth form we're on, but we're only adjusting at the top. Here we are at maximum mouth open. Actually, this one should be squished up. Not that squished up. Slightly less squished up than that. Okay, that works. And as you can see, when she's speaking, there is facial movement baked into the rigging now, which is going to make the face more expressive. And that should be good enough for speaking. But as a bonus, we're gonna put mouth X in there as well. Which is going to be -1 to 1. And you don't need to make it a blend shape if there's no V-bridger on it. If there's V-bridger, I usually make it a blend shape. If there's no V-bridger, you don't need to do that. But I'm still going to do that in case the client wants V-bridger on it at a later date, if that makes sense. So, preemptive blend shapes. But again, not needed at all. Okay, so we're gonna grab some layers inside of the mouth, which is the top line, the bottom line, the lips, and the mouth in. And these are the layers that we're gonna need. So, this is very simple. This is a very simple mouth X. We're gonna slide it to the side, up, down. See? Very simple. We're gonna reflect motion on that. Now we're gonna take the nose. We're gonna make a deformer on that. I don't know if you can make this many deformers if you're on the free version, by the way, so just keep that in mind. We're gonna squish the nose a little bit more delicately. We're gonna squish the nose to the side. We don't want any harsh lines on the nose, so... Okay, cool. Now we're gonna take the head. And all of these are different deformers, by the way. Because these are my standard V-Bridger deformers rather than the deformers that I used to work on the regular mouth forms on, if that makes sense. And now we're gonna squish the jaw. And reflect motion on that. Okay, make sure that's not too jumpy. Okay, looking good. And I know I need to adjust that mole. Just bear with me. And now I need the ears, which are somewhere. Ah, here they are. And the ears are moving with the jaw. Give it a little bit of movement. It might be too much movement. Admittedly, we might have too much movement. That's better. Let's do the same on this side. And now we have some ear wiggle. And what you can do is you can create a another parameter. Mouth X ears physics. Physics mouth X ears. And we can put that on -10 by 10. So put that in the blunt shape too. When we're going that way. Oop. We can bend the ear. When we're going the other way. Bend the ear down. So there's a little bit of ear physics happening. Okay, I did this wrong. Don't be me. Okay, bend the ear up. Bend the ear down. Make sure that's not jumpy, so we put ellipse interpolation on that. That is still jumpy, so we're gonna adjust the length on that. Good enough. Now make sure that is stabilized, so we anchor that real quick. And then we take this side and we basically do the same, but in reverse. Interpolation 3. Anchor. check for jumpiness. Okay, looking good. So now we have a little bit of ear wiggle on the mouth X. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just working on mouth forms right now. Okay. Now we got off track. So we're gonna grab the eyes. We're gonna put that on mouth X as well. And the more subtle facial movements you put into the model, the more expressive it's gonna be, granted that it's the right movement. Okay, so. This is what the eyes do on the mouth X. And then we can reflect that. Cool. Okay, now we have this layer here, and I know it's been bothering all of you. So let's work with that. Okay, first of all, I think this should be in here. So it can do whatever it wants with that. But we're gonna adjust that anyway. There we go. And now we want to bind this to the mouth forms as well, because we want this to go down. Okay, that looks good. So we're gonna save that. And now we're gonna test it. And this is going to have different mouth forms from the model that I'm currently using, by the way, because the one I'm currently using is more customized. But let's see how she looks. So we go into external application, integration, turn that on. VTube Studio should show up, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, she is currently connected to VTube Studio. And this is how her mouth moves. Now, obviously, she doesn't have any V-bridger on her. Which makes it look quite different from my own model. But let's turn me off. Let's see, where am I? Here. There we go. I am off. And this is how the mouth works. Okay. Show tongue. Wolf, in this stream, did you see me rig a tongue? At any point, did you see me rig a tongue? Do you think this is magic? What do you mean? Yes, yes, it's magic. It is not. This is not magic. This is hard work. Hold. Mouth, eggs, ears. I forgot to do it. So for the inputs, we have mouth X, position 100, output settings, mouth X, physics. And now the ears bounce. On the mouth X. How does it look? Does it look good? To you it's work, to me it's magic. Love the face and what magic you did to it. I'll take that as a compliment. And as you can see, she is quite expressive already. I'm gonna make her even more expressive. But this has been the the mouth forms, the basic mouth forms. So, yeah, I like this. This looks good. I like how this looks. And this won't match my own vowels. Again, also because I am using VBridger. And also because everyone's tracking is different. And I have no idea why, but that's just how it is. A, E, I, U, O. It's close. It's close, but it's not perfect. But it's good enough. It is good enough. And she's gonna look even prettier. She's gonna look even prettier with the body movements. Also, hair swish. I forgot to show you guys. If you follow me on Blue Sky, you have seen this, but hair swish. I love rigging long hair, by the way. Okay. There I am again. Okay. We're gonna turn this off. And now I can control her with the mouse movements again. But yeah, that was the standard mouth forms. Oh. Stretch. I need to stretch. So I think this might be where I end the stream. Might be. It might very well be. Let's see if I have anyone to raid. Not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. Probably not on Twitch either. So, okay. I'm just gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. And I will see you again on Saturday. Bye, guys.